Hello, hello, hello. Is this better? Okay. Today we are back at shadow work, and now we are tackling the acupunctural aspect, if I can say so like that. It's the spread is called Healing Tarot Spread. So we're gonna investigate what needs to be healing so that you can have a better harmonious holiday season, be a little more aware so that you're more enlightened and act accordingly, which is always a good thing. I mean, like they say, knowledge is power. The more you know, the easier you can tackle challenges, difficulties and conflicts. So I was actually debating between 3 decks for today, but I went with good old reliable, super beautifully illustrated Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms for the main deck. My beloved Inspired Neon for Clarifier. What lies beneath might be interesting for shadow work as an oracle deck, and shadow work obviously for, you know, we are in that topic. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. Hello, are you kidding me right now? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. I'll see you in a second. Hello, Earth signs, your turn. And I hope to Christ that your saga has evolved just a little bit, that you are taking the hint that the reads are giving you, so that you are healing, making better decisions, and no more of that heartbreak energy and bad decisions being ruled by your collective dicks. Ace of Swords. Clarity, communication. What light is shining down upon you, literally, that is helping you see things from differently and more clearly, hopefully. Can I take credit with my reads? Leo's ego. Yeah, you can't hold that against me. I'm sorry, it's part of the package. So, Earth signs. Oh, is it? Oh, for fuck's sake. What are you dismantling again, or what is being dismantled again in your life? Like, you guys are Earth signs. You should be stable, practical, grounded, rooted. No, not building shit on sand. What is with y'all? Earth signs, what up, dog? Taurus Virgo Capricorn. Oh, someone's lucky in love. Insert Kylie Minogue. I should be so lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I should be so lucky in love. Anyway, at least you have like emotional fulfillment in some capacity coming your way, so that's good. Hopefully it's the right person this time. Foundation and Hierophant. So you are potentially on the path of having found the one to build a solid, grounded foundation with, to go the traditional route. Marriage, house, white picket fence, the kids, the dog, the goldfish, whatever you fancy. But something that you can take to the higher level commitment and perhaps stick with it and be happy and fulfilled. Earth signs. I feel like I have called a lot of people out, and now the cards are like just like shutting up. Six of Swords, Two of Wands. You are moving away from toxicity and potential danger and just bad situation, moving into calmer, safer place, and you need to make a decision. So now my question is, do you need to make the decision of moving away from something bad, or are you moving away and then having to make a decision regarding something outside of this moving into a safe zone? Because it could go both ways. In either case, there is victory and recognition and good news on the horizon if you decide to move to that safe space, safe zone, calmer waters, leaving whatever is toxic and dangerous and nefarious behind. Knight of Swords, Six of Wands. So how do I want to phrase this? You are jumping into action. You want recognition and celebration and good news, but perhaps temper just a little bit the words you might be using, not so as to not regret the consequences of your words later down the line. But do communicate openly, honestly, clearly, intent, desires, ideas, plans, things that you want to commit to, that you want to act upon, so that everybody is in the same boat, on the same path towards happiness, victory, success, and just, the good stuff. Oh, ain't that cute? We have the Queen of Cups, the lovey-dovey sweetheart. Three of Cups, your community. Eight of Pentacles, putting in the work. Page of Wands, good news again. The Sun, pure happiness. And the Six of Cups, nostalgia. Reminiscing of the past, maybe a childhood connection or something from the past, and only you will know how long or how far back the past is stretching out. So then, what needs healing right now? Either the way you receive and give emotions yourself, or someone has walked away from this beautiful loving energy that was otherwise unconditional love and just pure and giving. Something happened along the way somewhere, and after a lot of investing into love and giving, someone has decided to try a new route, a new avenue, step away, and just leave things in the past. Well, actually, wait, I'm gonna move this just a little up so we can have everything in frame, because I might, as I talk, I am literally channeling stuff, and since we have the Six of Cups here, the last card, and I started with this, someone walked away and left something in the past. So it's no longer a current situation, but also if this is what you need to heal before you move into perhaps the next meaningful situation. Oh my crikey hell. So I saw that something flipped, but I wasn't sure what has flipped, and it was the Two of Cups. So it was battery change. So whoever has walked away, it was from a mutually shared reciprocal love story. I would say someone was perhaps a little too defensive and pushed away the love offer, and so now I don't know if I specified who left who, but if one amongst you two was too defensive in receiving the love offer, the other one after having invested 8 cups of their love into the situation, decided to walk away and leave things behind, because it was just like fighting a useless battle. And one partner may have felt on top of the world, having the advantage over the other. In the end though, was it really having, like, whoever had the advantage, did they really have the advantage if they so the one who was being so defensive, did they really have the advantage if it costed a mutually shared, reciprocal, beautiful, genuine, heartfelt, soul-felt love situation or potential? Because to me that comes across as a loss, but maybe I'm just a hopeless romantic in this. What is blocking your healing? The group chat. The friends. Are you receiving ill advice from close people? 3 of Earth signs, Jesus fuck. Who is in your ear? Because you have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. So both your social surroundings, both on the career front and the circle of friends, this is what is blocking your healing. I don't know if you need to express yourself or surround yourself with better people who are perhaps more empathetic, less judgmental, or have a more diverse view on the situation, because what's blocking your healing is literally your social circle on both career and intimate personal life friend front, which is a bit concerning. So like, are you surrounded by snakes or what? Which wouldn't surprise me, considering Earth signs have a whole freaking saga on this channel. Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands. Someone made a gesture and awaited some sense of answer back or communication or something. Someone was very patient, but eventually decided to walk away because something was way too slow coming. For my Earth sign, is this the saga keep going on? Earth signs, what happened though? Come on, give me something. And now you climb up, yeah? Okay, I guess that was it. Now then, I want to ask, who is the Knight of Cups? And are you listening to them? Are you the Knight of Cups? Is the Knight of Cups the previous Queen of Cups who made a gesture towards you? Because normally this card is like genuine from the heart and the soul. But in the position of what is blocking, it's like you are refusing to make that gesture, even though that person perhaps has waited a long bit for you to come forth and either speak your mind or just make any semblance of a small gesture towards them to show that you cared just a little bit, that the emotional connection was legit and valid. Whoever is still in that energy of waiting, of expecting, that is also what is blocking the healing, because someone never made the gesture, the gesture to clear out the air, to validate the emotion that someone felt. I would assume the Queen of Cups here did feel that this was a 2 of Cups situation, that this was a mutually shared emotion, that this could have the potential of being a higher soul commitment, but because someone didn't act, accordingly and in a timely manner, because the group chat was being in their ear giving them bad advice. Said Queen of Cups could have become defensive and walked away from the situation, or walked away because you were too defensive upon applying false counsel to the situation, which also makes sense, which is a whole goddamn Netflix story at this point. What is your body, heart, or spirit craving? Being a typical earth sign, work, putting in the work, being patient, resilient, committed, reaching mastery and perfection. And with the High Priestess, maybe working on your intuition. So you are craving a space and a place where you can trust your intuition and be more reliant, more trusting, somehow alchemizing the abstract of your intuition into something practical and concrete that you can perfect through time and practice, so that it's not, in French we say aléatoire, which in English would be random, so that your intuition and the things that you receive from your own self are not randomly scarce. So like one day it works and it's accurate, and the next day it's completely false and out of the wazoo weird and just not what it should be, or what you are either expecting or can utilize in a practical way. So yeah, the more you would harvest and put in the work to work on your intuition, to master that skill set, the more your body, your heart, and your spirit would benefit from that, because you are craving this trust to have with yourself, but at the moment is just too weak. And maybe you're craving this because if you had this opulence of trust and this practical tried and proven aspect of your own intuition, you could have avoided being misled by the group chat, and thus seen the worth and value of what this Queen of Cups would have given to you, that it was mutual and beautiful and genuine and honest. And from there you could have worked the situation differently, in just maybe keeping her around instead of blocking her and sending her on her merry way. Something for earth signs. And we have the Page of Wands, good news, enthusiasm, going out of the beaten path. So maybe don't have such a disconnect between the physical, practical realm and your intuition and the more abstract feelings and knowledge based on feelings. King of Cups, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups. So now that you are open to your emotion, you are stressing over something in the past that didn't work out, which, my apologies. But at least you know the worth, the value, and the compassion of, or maybe just a genuine heart space that Queen of Cups came from. And also, framing this whole thing, we have Queen of Cups and now the King of Cups. So it would have been otherwise a higher level divine couple, power couple duality, one bringing a more internal nurturing aspect, intuitive and daydreaming and creative, the other being a more practical approach with that Eight of Pentacles, King of Cups. He's loving, but he's showing it through the mastery of being practical. And okay, so literally outwardly the King of Cups is more like giving counsel, being patient, being loving, being there, and just through his vibe changing the atmosphere of the room. But with the Eight of Pentacles, he also brings a very grounded, practical approach to his emotionality. So maybe you would do more concrete gestures to show that you love your partner versus just being there and saying I love you and you're great, and the not tangible approach to it. What energy do you need to embrace for healing? Again, we have the Page of Wands now twice. Being open to be childlike, innocent, and just jumping into adventures without giving a fuck about consequences, but in a measured way. And Temperance, healing and balance, which is basically what I just said. So be open, be vulnerable, be childlike, be curious, be enthusiastic, be willing to explore the beaten path in the woodland or in the meadow without excess, without chasing every butterfly that you come across, with being a bit more measured, a bit more balanced, a bit more healing. And also by embracing your inner child and your inner child wounds, you will help yourself healing those same wounds that you have from the past, so that you can proceed more cautiously, more awarely, and stronger on your path to the present and the future in your life. Every broken adult is an equally broken child. So if you can pinpoint those childhood wounds and you can address them and repair them, you'll become a better adult, and everyone around you profits from that, you being the first, obviously. So anything for earth signs? Strength, patience, resilience. Also, and now we have almost two adultish presences or energies to guide this one childlike page energy. So through being empathetic, patient, resilient, tender, caring, soft in taming the wounds, the hurt, you are alchemizing the previous pains to transmute that into knowledge and wisdom, to bring balance, to heal that aspect of you, so you can move more confidently into the future and into future relationships by extension. How can I support my healing journey? By being happy, embracing clarity, allowing clarity and happiness into your life. And as a result, you may be blessed with financial abundance, or at least opportunities from the universe to build from the ground up, to multiply from an ace to a 10, aka your comfort, your luxury, your stability, things that you can just go home to, sit on the couch, have a whatever you drink, if you drink, or have the beef bourguignon or the wagyu beef to splurge yourself a little, and have really that unbridled happiness and assuredness that nothing stressful can reach you in this space. But But for that, you need to embrace the sun, the happiness, and the whole healing journey that you are doing up until this point. If you are a pessimist, maybe ask yourself why you are a pessimist, so that you can embrace a bit more happiness, and or maybe just be more neutral, be realistic. I tend to be pessimistic, and my mind always goes to the worst case scenario, because that is how my own mother was. But if I take a step back and analyze the situation, other things will pop to mind which are less aggravating or aggravated or just less bad. So I know that that is the worst, but it's not mandatory that the worst will be the outcome of the situation. We have the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles. So manifest stability, reliance, perhaps a union, because the Queen of Pentacles is very much a homebody who is making a home out of a house. So stable, beautiful, nurturing. And she could be an ally in your healing journey. If this is not your spouse, could be a friend, a motherly figure, a grandma, an aunt, whoever. But try, or not try to manifest, allow this energy to come into your life to help you manifest opportunities which you can work later and master, from an ace to an 8 to a 9 to a 10, so that you can be comfortable and have the life that you wish and desire for. What will be the outcome? What will be the outcome if I fully embrace healing? I'm sorry, but that sentence is just worded a little weirdly for my brain. 6 of Cups, reminiscing of the past and nostalgia. So maybe you can get back to that Queen of Cups eventually. Good fortune. So yeah, you might heal your whole goddamn childhood wounding and trauma, and by healing it, reducing its impact and capacity of influence in your current life. And with that being done, you are attracting even more luck, going back to the Ace of Pentacles, financial opportunities, financial stabilities, which for you as an earth sign means more resources, more plentifulness, and just more security and comfort and living the good life. Something for earth signs. Oh, no, that was like 1, 2, okay, no, 4, okay, I'm gonna take that. Okay, no more than 4. But you have the devil in this lot, so be very careful of the devil's influence. Could be just like an ego thing, or could be you being prone to the influence of others, as we saw the group chat and the work chat influencing you and being the block, literally being the block in your healing journey. So be cautious of who you listen to get advice from. And so here we have 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. Like, so far both air signs and fire signs had 4 of Cups. So like, is everybody dissatisfied that hard today? And the 2 of Pentacles, juggling something. Are you not struggling? But the 2 of Pentacles can be a tedious act that is devouring a lot of energy, that could leave you depleted and dissatisfied if you are not bringing in, or if the act of juggling is not satisfactory. It explains why you are dissatisfied and not content with what you have. That's why it is imperative that you heal past wounding and trauma in situations, to allow the sun and the wheel of fortune to come into your life, bless you with happiness, maybe alleviate the weight of some things that you are juggling so that it feels a little lighter, so you are more agile, so you can either drop one or include another one. So it's like upgrading your skills, your juggling abilities, but also through that just bringing in even more good luck. And it's almost like the universe throwing you a ball and you being so skilled that you can throw it right back. And let's say it was bronze, so now the universe is throwing you silver, you throw it back, it throws you gold, and you keep the gold because you're earth sign and gold is in the earth. You get me? Anyway, and with that you are more prone to finally reach satisfaction and be happy and content. And you know, Nine of Cups. Let's try to get you from a Four of Cups to a Nine of Cups. That would be pretty bonkers amazing. So, earth sign, check yourself. Oh, I didn't mean to, like, you know, be the burn and shit, but kicked to the curb. Ooh, ouch. This could go back to the Queen of Cups energy from the beginning. If she felt that you were too defensive and too blocking-ish of her energy, she could have felt kicked to the curb. And I don't know if that gave you an ego trip or not, but check yourself. And also in the sense of check yourself and check who you listen to, who gives you advice that is leaving you in situations where you are not exactly overly abundant with happiness and good cheer and the unbearable lightness of being. For my earth signs, give me a 2. And the 2 lucky winners are, holy cracky freaking hell, the unknown and deception. Oof. On what side of deception are you? Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, faith. Page of Wands. Deception. A slippery slope erodes trust. Here. Honesty fosters connection and authenticity. So be more open with yourself, with your emotional space, your heart space, your intuition. Practice, practice, practice. And the more you have a concrete connection with your own intuition, the more you can trust it. Integrity, transparency, trust. So, earth signs, I hope this was insightful, helpful, entertaining. I hope that something resonated somewhere that can help you progress in a happy, healthy, natural, organic way on your path on your healing journey path. There we go. Sometimes I swear I forget how to speak English, although I mostly live my life in English. Catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.